The most important point about the so-called fiscal cliff is that there's no rush to get something done. The feeling of rush is a ploy by people who want to enact the very same policies that were just rejected in the last presidential election. It's not like the economy was going along fine. All of a sudden on January 1, whoop, we have a plunge and a huge catastrophe. No, it's not going to be like that at all. What happens on January 1 is the beginning of a gradual process that over time is going to shrink the economy. Months it's going to take before we get a real significant impact. Congress will have time to work out a solution after January 1st. What happens on the 1st is we do see taxes going up. We lose both the Bush tax cuts and the Obama payroll tax cuts. And we'll see spending going down, both military spending and domestic spending. That's mandatory. Let's look at the calendar. When would you first notice a tax increase? Not till your first paycheck. Second, third, maybe week of January. And that's if your employer is prompt in putting in the new tax tables. You'd notice this gradually, and even then, it's probably going to be made retroactive when they do make a deal, so you wouldn't lose anything. If you have estimated taxes, that doesn't have to get paid for the first few months. Federal spending, again, the federal government's got 9 months in the fiscal year left after January 1st, and it's only going to be gradually over that time period that the spending cuts are going to be put into place. It's a gradual process, and it's one that can be undone when a deal is finally made. The reason people are pushing the cliff concept is to force it to be done now when the House Republicans have maximum leverage. There are two things they want. They want tax cuts continued not just for the 98% of us, but for the people in the top 2% as well, people whose annual income is over $250,000. And second, they're looking for cutbacks in the long-term benefits for Medicare, Medicaid, and some of the other essential safety net programs. The best advice comes from Nobel Prize-winning economist Paul Krugman. He wrote, "Stand your ground, Mr. President, and don't give in to threats. No deal is better than a bad deal." So the scary cliff isn't really a cliff after all, and it's not all that scary, not enough so that we should rush and follow John Boehner's timetable. We have time. Let's take our time and let's get it right.